Forecasting anything, weather included, can be a tricky business. Nobody's really sure of what's going to happen tomorrow. In the past few years, for instance, computer technology has dramatically altered the way in which TV forecasts are prepared and presented. Of course, that same technology is impacting on many aspects of home, business and education. And although we can't always be sure of exactly where it's heading, we can find lots of evidence of its impact. Already, information and communication technologies are helping to make learning more effective, assisting teachers in doing their jobs and providing key backup services in the organisation and management of schools. For the learners of tomorrow, these high-tech gizmos will present as much threat as pen and paper. But how are teachers today coping with this added dimension to their work? And how are they best harnessing the power of these machines? Well, let's find out. There's no doubt that a technology front has been sweeping across the country, and that has led to high pressure in some areas. Clearly, much is already being done, but with technology changing faster than the weather at a Scottish barbecue, and that's saying something, everybody has their own ideas of what's just around the corner. So here, as they say, is the forecast.
The school's central computer automatically registers John. He can be tracked as he progresses through the building and easily located in the event of an emergency. The same computer holds detailed medical history and family details. Sarah's first task is to submit homework by local email. Then she consults the online timetable. This gives her up-to-date information about her learning targets for the day and suggests relevant hyperlinks to the World Wide Web. Later, Paul takes part in a video conference, allowing him to relate directly with fellow learners across the globe. The conversation is automatically captured by voice-to-text software for future reference. Written assignments are prepared on a wireless personal palm-top computer. This also allows access to live topic conferences with teachers and learners in the school and beyond. At home, learning can continue through the school website. This also allows Jennifer's mother to track her achievements, discuss concerns with her teacher, and take part in the school management chat room. Away from home, or on the move, learning can still continue. While allowing learners to work independently and at a pace which best suits them, the technology will also support the key task of a teacher in supervising and directing pupils' learning. However, the classroom of tomorrow may not be so different after all.
Sir, you know my really expensive, wireless, lightweight, multi-format, web-enabled, personally configured laptop?
Yes, Andrew.
I forgot it.
Hello again, Clyde News for Friday the 2nd of December.
Clydebank drivers who park illegally are being branded as bullies after a traffic warden chief admitted that one of his squad is being trailed by plainclothes policemen for his own safety. Beware gentle shoppers, for all is not as it seems in the city centre this week. Whether a mind-reading rat, a fire-eater, a lunatic circus or a three-headed man, it's all a little different, certainly unique. Andy, after huge success at Covent Garden, Liverpool, the United States, and even Stoke-on-Trent.
Indeed, yes. It's
what
true,
brings
it's
the
true,
three of you to Buchanan Street in Glasgow?
Money? No, we're not getting paid for this hardly, aren't we? No, hardly at all, actually.
Here we go now.
Heading towards the top of the hour on City FM, and first up the weather for tonight and tomorrow. Another cold evening in store, temperatures dropping to -10, although it will feel colder in less sheltered areas. A warning of black ice and fog patches for tomorrow morning, so take extra care on the roads. A night for staying at home in front of the fire, and tonight on the street. Mavis reveals her Christmas surprise to Derek. I can hardly wait. City FM, the news is next.
Don't go away now.
Concern for city's homeless as temperatures continue to plummet and stores report a bumper run up to Christmas.
We're in geek heaven next. It's the Kickin' Technology Top 20. What stays and what goes? You decide. The programme contains strong concepts and scenes of a technological nature from the start.
Well, it's here at last. The typewriter's been tipped, we've binned the BBC Micro and shredded the Sinclair Spectrum. Sorry, Clive. Yes, it's time to see what you've voted into the Kicking Technology Top 20. Now, let's see. Where should we start? Oh, yes. Just making the grade at 20 is the mainframe. To some, it might sound boring. It may even look boring. But you knew different.
Pack your bags. We're checking out data processing next at Glasgow International Airport.
Every international airport depends on efficient teamwork and technology to function properly, and Glasgow is no exception.
People don't appreciate that airlines pay fees for landing, parking and departure at airports. These can actually run into several £100,000 per month per airline. We invoice them due to the value every 5 days.
With some companies operating several flights a day in and out of Glasgow, bills can soon mount up. BAA invoices its customers every 5 days, so there's no shortage of work for credit controller Eileen Fraser. From her computer, she can retrieve details of how much an airline owes. It may be necessary to gently remind them that a payment is due, especially if the amount runs into millions of pounds.
That's fine. Yeah, it's 2,804,345.
If for any reason the system failed, it would be an enormous task to try and put pen to paper to get the same amount of information. It would bring our airport more or less to a halt. There would be no information on our flight information screens. There would be no information going through to meters and greeters that are looking at the internet pages, looking at teletext. It would be a colossal nightmare.
The industrial pioneers were big dreamers. They dreamt in wood and metal, in coal and fire, and steam. Theirs was a world of noise and dirt, of great risk and greater opportunity. Now the buildings lie empty, monuments to an age of enlightened thinking. But the spirit of discovery lives on. Today's dreamers look out on a gentler landscape, but dream they do. In plastic and glass. In bits and bytes. Today's pioneers are shaping tomorrow. Today's pioneers are dreaming in digital.
This is a stress analysis model of a car. On the left-hand side you can see where the polygons have been used to make up the model. They're little triangles, and that's how many virtual reality models are made up. On the other side of the car is a stress analysis model, and the lighter areas are the areas of greater stress, the darker areas are the areas of less stress. And simulations can be run on models like this, using, say, different strengths of metal to make determinations about how to build the car. Researchers from universities can also come into the virtual reality theatre and visualise their molecules or their analysis. The model on the screen is a model of a town in Sweden. It's called Umeå, and this model was built before the town was built to allow people to visualise the town, see how it would look, and see how the buildings would fit together, and also to do things like traffic planning. The virtual reality theatre here at Glasgow Science Centre is the first virtual reality theatre to be put into a science centre in the world, so we're really quite proud of it.
You didn't file your paperwork last night. Don't let it happen again. I'm watching you, always watching.